Welcome back everybody, NEMotoGuy here with another car review. Today we're reviewing a 2017 Subaru Forester XT Grand Touring Edition. Huge thanks for North End Subaru and Mazda for letting me review this car for you all today. So let's check it out.
Alright, so let's start up. This car has the Subaru keyless entry access system, so it's a push start button. It's got a decent key fob, nice weight to it, looks much nicer than the previous generations. So all you gotta do is push from the brake and push the start button. And there you go. This car essentially has the 2-liter Boxer turbocharged motor, the same as the 2015 and newer WRXs. It's got that 2-liter FA motor. This one, however, the Forester motors, I think detuned a little bit, pushing about 255 horsepower and approximately the same 250 pound-feet of torque at the crank. So it's a little less powerful than the WRX and it's a bit heavier, but it's still got a good kick for the size of the car. Steering wheel is really nice. It's really nicely leather wrapped and very nicely shaped. It's just a nice round steering wheel. You got a whole lot of buttons here on the steering wheel here. Normally I'm a huge fan of having all types of functions and buttons. This one is a little bit overwhelming if you're not familiar with what any of these do. So on the left here you have your typical volume up and down and your channel back and forward functions, your mute buttons, anything related to your multimedia system here. And then you also have your Bluetooth controls down here. Below that you have your functions for the LCD screen in the center. I go much further detail in this in my 2016 Subaru Legacy 3.6R Limited if you want to go and see more in-depth review of the whole multimedia and visual dashboard options. On the right here you have your cruise control buttons. So the Forester XT comes with an SI drive system, so similar to the STI, you can choose to either drive in intelligent mode, sport mode, or sport sharp mode, and that basically just gives you a sharper throttle response. The intelligent mode is supposed to save you fuel. It's supposed to be more fuel efficient and kind of dulls down the throttle response. Sport is a little bit more linear, peppier, and once you go into sport sharp, you basically you put your foot on the floor and boom, you get all that power instantaneously. This car does have the eyesight system as well, and if you do, I'm not going to go too in detail on that in this review. If you want to see more about the Subaru eyesight system, I do a full in-depth review of the eyesight system in my 2016 Subaru Legacy 3.6R Limited review, and I'll put the link right up here if you want to check it out. The center here with the Subaru Starlink multimedia system here, it's the 7-inch touchscreen with navigation and your Bluetooth, Sirius XM, and all your applications that Subaru come with, the Starlink, MirrorLink, the AHA, and Pandora. I'm not going to go too in-depth in media system here because I do the same for the multimedia system in my 2016 Legacy 3.6R review. If you want to check that out, I go in much further detail there. But you basically have your Harman Kardon 440 watt sound system here. This is the top tier model of the XT. It's a very nice sound system overall. Up here you have a new LCD screen similar to the WRX and STI, which gives you a bunch of different functions here. Your miles till empty, average miles per gallon, clock, you have your boost gauge, and you have your triple meter over here. Backseat space is incredible in this. So this is basically a mid-size crossover vehicle, and there's tons of room back there. It's very roomy. I'm 5'9" myself. I sat back there with absolutely no trouble whatsoever, and I had plenty of room to spare, especially with the raised roof here. It's very, very comfortable. So it'll seat 5 people very comfortably. Trunk space in the car that's a no-brainer. It's just a given. There's so much room back there. You can take this car on very long road trips, long trips in general, and you can fill it up with tons of suitcases and golf bags, whatever you're into. You shouldn't have any problems piling things in there. The car does come with a large panoramic sunroof. It's really gives you basically like fully loaded vehicle. It's really nice view for people in the front and the back as well. All right, so let's take the car out for a ride and see how it does. Now, a really cool feature that you have here on the steering wheel is that I actually haven't seen in any other Subaru vehicles. You have a steering wheel warmer, and it works really well. It's really cold here. It's about 20 degrees here in Western Mass, and I put that thing on, and in a matter of seconds I felt the steering wheel warm up. It's a huge plus. I'm loving it. I'm really hoping that Subaru puts this in all their limited models, or at least top tier vehicles that they have, because this is a huge plus. I know I would definitely love this in my STI once that comes in, but sadly we don't have that in the STI models. All right, I'm gonna put the car in Sport Sharp mode and see how it does. Let's go here, and I'll put it in manual mode. Wow. I'm gonna be honest with you, that really surprised me. It pulled really hard. There was a bit of a delay until the turbo really kicked in at full boost, but that felt really nice. And I don't know if you heard through the mic there, but you can hear that turbo whistle really nicely while it's spooling up. I'm actually, it was kind of fun. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. For a car this big and this heavy, it picks up pretty well. So if you're wondering, is this car, I love sports cars, but I do need a daily driver with a lot of room, to carry things, carry luggage, or if you have kids, you need to bring your kids along. And if you're worried if the car's still gonna have power, the XT model, it's got plenty of power. You're not gonna, you don't have to worry about it. It's not the fastest car out there on the road, but you definitely shouldn't have any problems passing any cars on the highway, or making sure you come up to proper speeds on the highway as well when you're merging. And when you're by yourself and you're on a nice back road, you can definitely give it the full beans, and it won't disappoint. All right, so I'm coming up to some windy roads up here. Let's see how it handles. I love that turbo whistle. I mean, the car stays pretty planted. I don't feel too much body roll, but there definitely is some body roll there. It's nothing too severe. It's definitely expected with a car this size and this high up, but it stays pretty planted. I mean, I feel pretty confident here, not going to lose any traction, or there's not much rolling. Honestly, this would be a really fun canyon carver for a daily. I like it. However, I will say this though, the seats are a bit loose, so as I'm, turning tight into these corners and curves, I'm kind of sliding a little bit out of the seats. So I definitely, I don't think you'd want to take this out to the track or anything like that, but expect some, sliding around here, because the seats aren't really meant for sport or sport seats, bucket seats, anything like that, to hold you planted in place. They are comfortable. That turbo's so addicting. Plenty of visibility in this car as well, so I can clearly see through the rear view, through the rear window back there. Tons of space. Nothing is restricting. The side view, I can't really see any blind spots here. I mean, I'm very confident in what's around me, what's surrounding me. The A pillars and B pillars are not restricting or hiding anything from my view. Overall, I'd say this is a really nice daily car. You got your Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive system, which can't go wrong with here in New England or in the snow anywhere. You have luxurious interior for a Subaru, and it's really comfortable in here. I'm going over some bumps now, and you can't really feel much of the bumps. It is, I mean, don't get me wrong, this isn't a luxurious, German vehicle. You can feel a bit of the bumps, but it's still very comfortable. It wouldn't break your back or anything like that for long trips. All right, so that's going to do it for today's review. I hope you enjoyed this review today. If you liked the video, please give that a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future. Until next time, thanks for watching.